Well, guys, here we are at, if you can believe it or not, a World War II museum. And we're going to take a look around. We actually have a lot of things to take a look at, not just World War II, a number of different wars. And with us here is Ed, who's going to be showing us around for the show.
Have you ever played Call of Duty?
Okay.
I played some of the early ones.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
I
Cool.
didn't want to tell you the reason why we're actually here until we were live. The reason why we're actually here is because he thought that World War II was in the 1800s. So we thought that it'd be good to just kind of get an idea of kind of what's been going on for past maybe 100 years.
It's an educational field trip.
Yeah.
Is that crazy
Sure.
to think? I feel like 1800 is pretty reasonable.
No,
Okay.
He's just being nice, you can
Yeah.
tell.
it's not reasonable. 1836 is the Battle of the Alamo. You didn't even have Texas as a state then.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. I had no idea.
Remember the Alamo?
I do remember the Alamo.
Yeah, you went to school here. So
I did.
everybody learned that.
I've been there, but man, it just kind of blends all together.
Okay.
You know?
Yes, Texas is still fighting for its independence in the early 18s. So
How'd they get it?
the bloody way.
Okay.
We shot a lot of people, and it was like a big thing, and there was like a General Santa Anna, and we beat him, and then remember the Alamo,
Yeah.
and all of that, yes.
Okay.
Let's take you to the World War
All
I
right,
gallery.
that sounds good.
So this Great Hall
Yeah.
has a lot of vehicles that run from World War I with the train car
Uh-huh.
all the way down to Korea. So you have World War II largely in the middle.
Right there, these here are World War II?
Yes.
So you can see Tectone, it says 19, you see that? So it says
1944.
To where?
45.
That's right, because what happened?
Because so what happened was that there was the
So-
Shermans versus the Panzers.
Sure. Well,
Yep.
actually, yeah, that's
Yep.
actually true.
That's
yeah,
right.
You got it. Yeah, because the Panzer tank.
'Cause that's the Sherman tank.
No, wait a second, guys. He read that off there. I thought you knew
don't
that.
look.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
No, yeah, there's a Sherman tank.
Yeah.
Which this is real?
Yes, they're
It
all
says,
real.
Feel free to touch.
I can touch it?
Touch the tank.
How many tank is this people blown up?
Well, we got this from the Israeli army. So
Really?
Okay.
who knows?
Like 1 million. So like in video games, when you shoot something, it like explodes, like fire comes out. Does this shoot like fire or like shrapnel?
Well, this has been demilled. So what we have inside here is basically like a propane pop gun.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it fills the breech and you touch it off and you get the boom
Yep.
without any kind of shell or propellant or,
Uh-huh.
or anything moving around. Most of military vehicles go through a process called demilitarization, where they are rendered ineffective for firing.
I have to imagine like just sitting here feeling the aura of this tank. Like if I was a soldier on the battlefield and this was coming at me, I would be.
I'd be stressed
Oh, wow.
out.
I'd be a little-
Yeah, I'd be
a
really
little bit-
stressed
little
out.
anxiety.
You would know it. You would know it.
Yeah.
They're not quiet
Yeah.
by any means at all.
Can somebody like run up and like throw a grenade in there and will kill the people inside?
Well,
Close
if
the hatch,
if the
right?
breech is closed,
Yeah.
all it would do would blow out the barrel
Yeah.
at worst.
Yeah.
But grenades don't work the way that people think that they do. It's shrapnel is
Yeah.
what it is.
What the hell does that have to do with the military?
Okay, this is
Yeah.
this is great. The National Guard is headed by an adjutant general.
Sure.
So the adjutant general of the state of Texas at this time, he wanted his car black.
Yeah?
So instead of army green,
Okay.
he demanded that
It's
his
a black
car
car.
get repainted.
Okay.
So it had the unintentional kind of like side effect of everybody knowing that he was coming.
Because it was the only one.
The only one.
Yeah, right.
So they knew that the general was coming around the corner. So it was kind of like, all right, straighten everything up and get everything shiny.
Only $3,000 for this.
It was a different
Original.
time.
How much
Yeah.
would you sell it for right now?
I wouldn't even venture a guess.
All right, well, I'll give you $5,000 if you ever change your mind.
Oh, that's
Well,
easy.
you'd have to take it up with the
What
state
a
of
deal.
Texas because everything in here that does not belong to the federal government belongs to the state of Texas.
That's
I
cool.
see. Wow.
So this is our exhibit dealing with World War I and II.
Okay.
Now, what we tried to do was to show you what shipboard conditions look like for the soldiers. This is how they would be sleeping on the ship across the Atlantic.
Bro, that would suck.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, I would be screwed.
So when did World War I happen?
That's obvious. Everybody knows that.
Okay, well then that should be easy for you then. Basically, I think 1914 with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
The Austrian. Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, Franz Ferdinand. That's
Remember whenever you read that off of Google to me,
and then
acting
Europe.
like that you knew what you were talking. Yes.
Well, he was
Yeah.
testing you.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, then Europe did that thing.
And so when did the U.S. get involved? Because it was like 1917, right?
18. So we're
Really?
only in at least our
Uh-huh.
people, the 36th Infantry, are
Oh,
only
oh,
in
okay.
for about 3 months, 3.5 months maybe.
Wow.
Right at the very end of the conflict.
Where's this saber from?
Well, it's a cavalry saber.
1913?
Yes.
I thought this would be from the Civil War. They're still using this?
You're coming right out of the Spanish-American War,
I guess.
right into World War I.
Sure.
So Spanish American, is that Mexico versus the United States?
No. We're
What
talking
is it
like
then?
the invasion of Cuba.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like Fidel Castro?
I heard him.
Not quite him yet.
Not him yet? Not yet?
Was it not him?
He's not into the
Oh, what am I thinking? Yeah,
much later.
Who's the guy?
No.
Like at the time.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not a
okay.
historian. I'm a designer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I design these spaces. The history is my boss. So the idea behind this is that we wanted to take you from the ship right into the trenches.
Oh, there's more?
There is so much
Oh,
more.
that's so cool.
So this is what we designed for the trench, and it is way cool. It is one of
This
my.
goes hard.
Oh,
look,
dude.
look at that knife.
Yeah, that's really clear glass. Good job on the cleaners. That's insane. I was just going for it. Those knuckles are so cool. Getting gutted by that French knife.
That's badass.
Yeah, with the dual action brass knuckles.
It doesn't cut. It punches. That's a triangular blade.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's supposed to go through a helmet.
Oh, so like a this?
That's savage.
It is savage. So you've got these trench periscopes, way cool.
Right.
And then we have our version, which is made for little kids, so that we can bring them down so that they can see what's
Oh, that's the peek over?
up and over.
yeah, of course.
We
Oh,
have a little diorama in there
May
for
I?
the kids to see. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, you can see the little soldiers. That's so cool. Wait, check that out. That's so cool.
So this is my my pandemic project.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to work from home. So I worked in this space, and I built with one of my coworkers.
Jay,
Right.
show them.
Yeah, I worked with a gentleman named Wendell Falk.
Yeah.
And he and I built the rest of this trench through the pandemic.
The layout is so nice.
Little magnifying glass.
That's what we do.
I love how they added blades to the end of guns. Do we still do that today?
It's a bayonet.
We still
right?
have
Yeah.
the ability to do that. In fact, even shotguns have bayonet
Yeah.
lugs.
Yeah. The world is brutal. That's insane.
This is scary.
Well, they used to just have the pointy part. What is this really? Is this a grenade launcher?
No, that's a water-cooled machine gun.
What?
Oh,
See,
and
the
my
shroud?
God.
The shroud around that barrel was filled with water.
Wow.
This is the container for the water.
So it doesn't warp the barrel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can fire it far longer.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna need you to explain this one to me. Why does bro have that type of attachment to that gun?
For more accuracy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
People still use those.
By adding that, you can add more accuracy.
Oh, yeah, you brace it against your chest.
Exactly.
Man, that looks crazy though. Would we agree that looks crazy? Like that's insane.
But I mean, they did a lot of crazy things, like this armor, not really awesomely effective. But I mean, it was a try at like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like you could have seen that armor in like, something from 1,000 years ago. So why do they have the pointy things, the German helmets? Why do they have the pointy thing? I feel like
Aesthetic.
so,
Now,
so there wasn't like a part where they had to like headbutt them.
not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of.
But
Okay.
what I can tell you that on some of the like the Mexican American uniforms, so we're talking about the 1800s,
Yes.
1836.
Of course.
The Mexican outfits actually had a taller hat, and that was to present a broader kind of like target, so that you would miss.
Oh, to trick them.
Yes.
That's smart.
Oh, I see.
So I mean, with a taller hat, you're like
Is that the
getting
same
the range
psychological thing that
wrong.
you're talking about?
No, you're getting the range wrong because
Right.
that figure it's hard to estimate how
Okay.
tall the person is, how far away they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of the names are German. Is there a reason for that?
Well, because that is German.
Oh, okay.
So we have a mix of American and German artifacts. Because those are the two people involved in the conflict.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So this is one of my favorite stories.
Okay.
And it has to
What's
do
that?
with the cathedral over on top. Can you see the cathedral
can.
over the top?
Yeah.
Okay. That is Saint Etienne.
Oh,
Okay.
God, I hate tall people.
Me too.
Sucks, huh?
From this conflict, we get one of our units that has a motto that says, "In spite of hell, I will face you."
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So the soldiers in this unit were asking about their own motto. They didn't even know where it came from, but it
Yeah.
comes from Saint Etienne.
I
So
see.
In this particular place, having the cathedral up there is not an accident.
Uh-huh.
There was a German sniper that crawled into the bell tower. The bell tower overlooked the length of
Right.
the trench, so he could pick off every soldier in the trench.
insane.
So they could not turn away from the sniper. They all had to face the sniper and fire on him so that he could not fire back. So in spite of hell, I will face you.
Did they get him?
They got him with artillery. They called in artillery
Nice.
and they took out the entire
How many
top
people
of
did he
the-
get before they got him?
You know what? I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, if it's in spite of hell, probably a few.
Yes, and you will actually get to see that motto in silver over at the end of the
Okay.
exhibit in World War II. This part of the exhibit deals
Uh-huh.
with one of the smaller, lesser-known aspects of World War I.
Yeah.
The code talkers. So you've heard about the code talkers in World
War
War
II.
II.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
World War I had them too, and we used the Choctaw.
The Choctaw.
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 Yes.
So they had like their own indigenous
had-
language that
Yes.
we would use as like a code?
All of the tribes had indigenous languages.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just didn't know the military used it.
Well, that's what this was about.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I never heard of that.
We can hear it.
Wow.
Yes, you can.
I'll press it.
Patagat yakni tana achafaya pukole tochina akocha hanali Oklahoma chata
Oklahoma.
Well, where do you think we get the word Oklahoma from?
I have no idea. This? Oh, that's cool. Man, she's a yapper. Oh, there she goes.
This was actually pretty cool. The National Guard maintains relations with all of the tribes that it interacts with. So I used our cultural connections to talk to the Choctaw. And we asked them for
They
a
record
language
some
sample.
language for you?
Yes.
Wow.
In a week, they had something from a PhD and vetted by 3 tribal elders.
And I guess like back then, it was like the world wasn't as interconnected as because like now you could probably look up to some degree like what's
No.
even now.
Even now,
Is that wow?
because the language is just shared by so very few.
That's incredible. I had no idea.
So this is our Between the Wars area.
So between World War I and II, and Tectone, when was that?
For what?
Between World War I and II?
That was from 1939 is when World War II started. So before then. Yep.
1918.
1918. Yep.
This is D-Day with Tom Hanks. Oh my God. Wow.
So I wanted to give you some lore because I know this area. There's a very famous area in video games. And in Call of Duty World at War, when you pull up on this map in those craters, when you step in the puddles in a certain order, aliens come down from the sky and they deliver the player the alien ray gun, which is one of the biggest secret Easter eggs in all of video game history. So I do know this area. I'm very familiar.
yeah, Hitler made those, right?
That's hilarious.
Right, yeah. Naturally.
Just thought it was cool.
They're the ones that he ticked off when he colonized the other side of the moon.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
What's a Hitler reference?
No, I just made that up. I totally made that up.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was like, oh my God. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Like really, really, really cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I would hate to be here. Like this is the one thing. It's like you.
Oh,
just,
absolutely.
You just open the gate and you just could get shot. Oh my God,
Yeah, I'm
that's just so
good.
stressful.
That is exactly what would happen.
Yeah. So now we're into we're all the way into World War II.
We're into
here.
World War II.
Okay.
So these are the weapons that would be used.
These are the mafia guns.
Rattle them.
Yes. Yeah. It is a Thompson.
Yeah.
But Thompsons were used as a gear for the paratroopers.
Right.
And for the tank crews. Because if you're in a tank, you don't want a full-length rifle because you can't get it out of
You can't
the
fit it in
hatch.
there. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, you're going to be fumbling. You want something that is going to be a little bit smaller and is going to let people know
Yeah.
that they have been shot.
Right.
And that .45 caliber bullet let people know that they had been shot.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah.
It's more likely that it would knock somebody down.
I usually see that gun with like a drum.
The round. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, here's something that you don't know about that drum. If you ding it, it's going to foul.
Dude, this looks super cool. What is this?
This is Velletri. This is what happens when you fight in a city.
That's nuts.
It's sad. You know, these are homes for people. They're just getting bodied.
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are of World War III happening in our lifetime?
I guess it really depends on who you ask.
Okay. I feel like we're good. I feel like the world's a pretty good place. I feel like we got no need to fight.
Until.
Don't jinx it.
I mean, I hope. My dad tells me it's happening every 4 years. He's in the military. He's like, it's happening anytime, buddy.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite stories of World War II.
Yeah.
This is where the 36th Infantry
Uh-huh.
gets caught behind enemy lines. They actually get cut off completely by the Germans. They're in this little pod in the forest
Yeah.
in the Vosges, and they can't get back through the Germans to where our people are.
Yeah.
And we are being supported by artillery. They need somebody to break through the German lines so that we can get out.
Right.
So this gentleman I met, Lieutenant Blonder, he was the forward artillery
So you
spotter.
wait, hold up. You met the guy?
I met this guy.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
So he was the forward artillery spotter for laying down that fire that kept the Germans busy.
Yeah.
While our guys were like hunkered down.
Uh-huh.
These radios, these are the original walkie-talkies.
I can see that.
Okay.
Those are
Yeah.
huge.
The batteries on these are not supposed to last very long.
Uh-huh.
So this Lieutenant Blonder was like giving a message and then clicking off his radio
As soon as possible. Yeah.
so he could husband that battery. So he stayed out there for like 3 weeks. Trying to get our guys back.
Did he?
And he did, and they did, but not without the help of the 442nd. So the Nisei are the Japanese soldiers who are fighting for the United States.
Really?
And they do so in the European campaign. Their families are mostly interned. So they are fighting for a country that has interned.
So during World War II, we had internment camps for Japanese American citizens, and so they went into camps, and so then they were fighting at the same time for the U.S. So that you see how that would be awkward.
Yep.
So we're in war, and then where are we at in the world?
Well, I mean, we're
This
in
is
Europe.
Europe.
This is Europe. Okay, and so then these guys were part of the United States?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay. But there was a word that you used.
The internment. It's
Yeah.
I think he doesn't understand the internment camp part.
Yeah, what's an internment camp?
They were holding everybody
Not against their will or against their
against their will. They were
Okay.
taken from their businesses. They were taken from their homes because they didn't trust them.
will? Okay, so then they were perceived to be bad guys.
Yes.
Okay, so now I get it. Okay.
I mean, think about that, and think about the percentage of the United States that has German descendancy. Okay? A vast majority of the United States at this point in time has German ancestry.
Especially
sure.
here in Texas, I believe, right?
Well, and
Yeah.
there was so many German ancestry Americans.
You're looking at one.
You couldn't
Yeah.
you couldn't intern those people because there's so many of them. Okay?
It's easier to do the Japanese. There's not that many.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a hypocrisy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always
Okay.
is.
So this is an accurate representation of the average
That's incredible.
height, average
Wow.
size of the Nisei.
And they had and this, you were saying it was a segregated unit, so all the people in that unit
They
were all Japanese.
Yes. One of the gentlemen that I met, when I met him, I'm not very tall. I'm not very tall.
Sure.
And he was about this tall.
Really?
And mind you, he was in his late 80s, early 90s. Okay? And he came around to me and he was talking about this. That is the Browning automatic rifle.
Yeah.
Okay? It is the squad automatic rifle.
Right.
He has this on the table in front of him, and he looks at me and he says, I used to fire this with one hand.
This.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn. All
Yes.
right.
And he says, I don't think that I could lift that now. And I said,
Right.
I don't think you could either. I don't think you should try.
Yeah, right.
But
It's incredible.
that's what he would do.
Did he fire it with one hand because he was dual wielding, or no?
No.
Yeah, two of them.
Yeah. No. Okay.
No,
Like
he
Scarface?
he was not. A lot of the things that you see in video games, not real.
What's one thing in video games that is real?
The specs on the guns.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if they
Like the ballistics?
if they list these things for
Uh-huh.
you, if they give you a representation of this did this, and
Yeah.
this weighed this much, that's
Uh-huh.
probably all that's accurate.
Okay.
Because you cannot fire these things forever.
Right.
In fact, any of these machine guns, you shouldn't fire for more than 3 to 8 seconds at a time.
Oh, MP40. This one's really good in Call of Duty. That's real?
Yes. It's their equivalent of our Thompson.
That just looks awesome.
But you said it didn't work as well.
Well, actually, it worked better. This thing has twice the range of a Thompson submachine gun.
Oh, that's right. I was comparing it to another one.
Yeah, and it actually had a bigger magazine capacity.
If I were to guess, I would assume this one has longer accuracy and fires slower, and then one has shorter accuracy and fires faster.
No.
No?
American machine guns fire at about the same rate.
Oh, okay.
You know,
They don't
in
balance
fact,
the guns in real life.
Oh, that makes sense.
if you
They don't
think
balance.
about what you hear when you're listening to those video games, the sound is one of the things that they actually get right. American machine guns have a chug, 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 chug,
Yeah.
chug, chug. The German machine guns are kind of a because that's
So
the
cool.
ammunition coming out fast.
That's how fast it is?
That's so awesome.
So this is our trophy room. And I hope that in your lifetime, this is as close to evil as you get.
So this right here, somebody took me through and they showed me everything like real quick. This is Rommel's actual cap.
Yes, it is. While he was in Africa, he was
Yeah.
promoted.
Right.
So because the supply line is so long, the logistic problem of getting him his proper uniform
Yeah.
is almost impossible. So while he's in the field,
Yeah.
they alter the uniform that he's got
Uh-huh.
to kind of emulate the uniform that he should have.
So this is like a makeshift one?
Right. So they changed the braid
I see.
to kind of approximate the uniform that he should have.
Wow.
So the holy grail of any kind of museum person is your object, your story, photo of object and story.
You've got the whole thing.
You've got the
Everything
whole thing.
fits
So you've
together.
got that trifecta.
That's incredible.
Okay. And this is a trophy given to Nazi Party member 3, Max Amann. He was the editor, publisher of Mein Kampf.
Really?
But the trophy was given to him by Hitler. So that was in Hitler's hands at some point in time.
Whoa. Damn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what were all these things here?
So this is the unit that liberates
Uh-huh.
this silver. This is captured Nazi silver. And they remade it into this set.
Wow. And so that's all reclaimed Nazi silver.
Yes. And of course, they stole it from somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so there's the airplane right there. Oh my God.
What was the point? Why is it red on the front? Just for flair?
Just for flair. Have you ever heard the term all-weather fighter?
Never.
Okay. Well, you should, because this was the last of the last jet that comes before the all-weather fighters. This thing would heat up as the plane heated up. The engine would heat up. All of these things would expand at a rate. So what happens if you fly through a cloud?
Probably pretty bumpy. Turbulence.
The skin of the airplane cools off.
Oh.
So if the skin of the airplane cools off, it contracts. So if your engine has expanded,
Then that's not gonna be good.
it clamps down on the engine and seizes the engine.
Oh, that would suck.
So if they ran into rain, if they flew through a cloud, if they did whatever, this thing would cool off the outside skin of the plane and it would make the engine seize. So they knew not to fly through the clouds, but if there was going to be rain, they would be like, rain, come back.
That's cool. So like the weather would dictate the tides of the battle. Then I guess like the rush to get the first all-weather flyer, the first country that would have those have a severe advantage over like all climates.
Absolutely.
That is so fucking cool. I love that. And so would this be like a gunner or is this like a bomber? It looks like it has a machine gun.
Well, you have the ability to drop bombs with it, but this thing has six 650 calibers. 650 calibers. Yes,
That
those,
was in the thing?
there are 4 of them in the nose. Look at the little pods in the nose. There are 4 50 cals, and there's 1 in each wing. One of these guys is the fighter camera.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There's the one right there, and then there's the 2.
So
Yeah,
see
seriously.
the rack
These are fucking massive.
coming out the side. That's where you loaded the wing cannon for the 50 cal.
I've always wondered, like, is the 50 caliber, is that like the best we can still do, or is there something above that these days?
Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
That's very true.
Okay, it works perfectly,
Okay, cool.
and there hasn't been a real way to improve it.
Also, that helicopter looks insane.
That
It
thing
is.
is sick. There's 3 seats. We could fly it.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
Dude.
Yeah.
1952 to 1990, still that, really? This is a lot more recent than I thought.
Yeah.
Like, I would have, it would feels like something that would be 200 years ago,
Yeah,
but it's
like,
actually
way
like,
back
History
in-
isn't that far behind
that's
us.
what's really freaky, actually.
I think my favorite thing about this Bell helicopter
Yeah. What's that?
is the wire cutter.
Uh huh.
Say that you're flying low and you run into a telephone pole.
Yeah.
There's a wire cutter there to cut.
So you can just go up there and pull that down?
No, this is more like an accident. Like if you accidentally ran into a
Oh,
wire.
I see. I see. I was about to say. Yeah, I was thinking like, how would you even do that? But okay.
You wouldn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
You would, but they put the equipment there for
Wow.
a just in case. Maybe this will save you
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I find
I
it
see the
insane
little
how
cutter.
I didn't notice this helicopter was here until you pointed it out. I'm just like, how the hell did I not notice that?
There's a reason that it's painted green.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
camouflage.
my god,
yeah.
it worked.
There's a nuke. How much will one of these bad boys weigh?
500 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
That is weight 500 pounds.
I don't read. Cool. In Call of Duty, they have this thing called tactical nuke, whatever that means.
We actually have one outside.
Wait, tactical nukes are real?
Yes.
Can we go see it?
Yes, it's right outside.
Oh my God. I thought that was a meme. I thought there was, okay, that is so cool.
Nope, it was actually theory. So there
that
you
it?
go. That's it.
That's the
God
nuclear.
damn, that was a rocket ship.
Wow. That is huge.
Sugoi.
So this one probably won't blow up though, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay. That's good. Wow. 3rd degree burns. So almost a 3-mile radius.
Is there anything else on like Earth that has the destructive force of this?
Weather.
That's true. Or Pain from Naruto. When he does the almighty push.
So true.
Yep.
Yeah, how does this compare to the power of like the ones that were dropped in World War II?
I couldn't tell you what
Not
the
sure.
Hiroshima or Nagasaki blasts are.
Yeah.
Is it Hiroshima?
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima
Oh,
and
okay.
Nagasaki.
Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. I'm trying to keep up. I really am.
So the tanks, how's that work?
This is Armor Row.
Yeah.
So most of these are flower pots. They do not drive. They've been demilled in some seriously
Right.
vicious ways. Some people would demill the tanks by welding the breeches of the firing mechanism so that they couldn't be opened again.
Yeah.
Some people would just slash all of the hydraulics
Uh-huh.
so that the turrets couldn't be used, elevated, turned.
Wow.
What the hell is that?
That's artillery.
Bro, that would mess some. I'm assuming that's like to destroy buildings, right?
Well, you don't want to be on the business end of this, and you don't want to be on the back end of it either.
Really?
So, I mean, when you're firing it, you want to be as far out of line of that breech as possible, because that will pulp you.
Okay.
Because as you fire that breech flies back. I'll take you through the library. So, welcome to the 1800s.
See, remember, you see, this is,
This is my domain.
that's right.
Okay.
This is Anglo colonization of
Yeah.
Texas all the way through the Spanish-American War.
Is this the Alamo?
Yep.
Oh my God.
There wasn't as many people here, surely.
This is more like the movie.
That's insane, regardless.
See, this is what they had in World War II. You see that?
Big cannon.
That's right.
Is that actually how the flag used to look?
These are all accurate representations of the
What?
flags.
This is what, 3, 6, 9, 12. So we earned each star.
Well, I don't think
No?
that's
that
what,
didn't happen?
what that is representative
I don't know how you would
of.
say it, you know?
Okay.
So this is the Confederacy. This is the
Yes.
gray. This is the Confederacy.
This is the gray of the Confederacy.
How about
we
that?
were being subtle.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Confederates are the bad guys.
Well, they lost.
Oh, so the losers. Bro, I don't know who this guy is, but he looks awesome. He's probably a bad guy. I don't support him. I'm just saying his cut is cool.
And this is all, yeah, this is all the super new stuff.
Oh, September 11th. I remember that. I was alive for this. Damn, that looked a lot worse than I ever thought. That looks way worse than what I've ever been shown. Want some cool lore for this? My dad was supposed to be in there, but he was late for work that day.
It was the Pentagon.
I'm dumb.
Well, here's
Some cool
here's bits of the Pentagon.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Rocks.
This is a piece of the actual Berlin
That's
Wall.
yes, that's the Berlin Wall.
Oh my God, look at this.
Should I do it? Yep.
It's amazing how thin this thing is.
Yeah, I was
But-
thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, they would usually shoot people trying to go over, right?
I'm saying
Yeah.
machine guns and landmines are big compensation.
Right, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really the wall that was the problem, it's the people watching the wall.
Yep.
So like what happens if we get into another war? Do you guys just have to build another place onto this area?
Everything will change.
I see.
Everything will
Okay.
change. Because we don't have an end date to
Yeah.
our museum, we will constantly update to match the history
see.
that is
Okay.
being made.
I'll end up in here one day, man.
That's ominous.
Yeah.
No, but it'll be like because I did something really good.
Oh,
okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Well, I think that pretty much wraps everything up, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much for
You're
the tour.
welcome.
This is
Yeah,
a
we really appreciate it.
Really cool
Thanks so much.
museum.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
So do you understand a little bit more about World War II now?
I understand everything.
You know everything about it.
Yep.
That's
It
incredible.
started in 1939, World War II.
That's right.
Yep.
When was Pearl Harbor?
Before that. See that?
So anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Huge shout out to Ed for giving us a tour, and Camp Maybury here. And man, I learned quite a bit today. So thank you all very much for watching. We hope you did too, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.